the economic and the political climate, like this is unprecedented times. Black Lives Matter. Everybody
it's a great time right now.
What's your you optimistic about the situation right now? We in historical times right now.
Nigga, I'm in control. Am I optimistic? That's like asking me if I'm gonna win a fight.
Not for you. I'm just saying for the general.
I'm talking about for the general. I got a network. Didn't I just tell you I'm talking? We're gonna redo education. We're gonna redo laws. If you really watching, you see I'm kicking it with senators and congressmen. They pass laws.
So how do creatives and creators get to you? Like what's the process, right? If I had
get to me.
What's the process?
You gotta get to you to get to me. I don't want to talk to everybody. I got shit to do. But what I'm doing is, and I'm empowering other people so that they can empower other people. That's what I'm doing. You younger than me. You know, you still feel like being out there. You running around. So I'm gonna give you the power to distribute whatever power I got to who you curate. Cause y'all doing such good shit.
Appreciate it.
Gotcha.
They say that, you know, we always learn the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, multiple streams of income. But I feel like that's something that you always did, was have multiple streams. You never know when a well's going to dry up, so you got to have other ones. So that's something that you just knew early on. Like, what's your theory behind having multiple different avenues working at the same time?
Okay, imagine this. Imagine your #1 artist after his first album saying, "I quit." That's Jay-Z.
Jay-Z quit after, what do you mean?
He retired after Reasonable Doubt.
It's supposed to be his first and last album.
Did he?
Yeah, it's supposed to be his first
15 albums later, yeah. So, you know, from that day, I was like, well, I ain't depending on this nigga.
I'm gonna build a roster.
What?
Well, how long did he retire though? Like a month? He had,
I don't know,
Volume
man.
1.
He didn't retire.
Big pass.
Retired.
He just passed it in Volume 1.
Nigga, how many fucking retirements did this nigga do?
A lot.
All right, so I lost count of how many times he retired.
So that
and I don't even care.
That pushed you to just diversify.
Yeah, it was like 19.
Damn, y'all was that young?
It wasn't only that. It was just that I was a guy that just thought I could do everything better. So it was like, I'm fresher than Ralph Lauren. I know it. I met this nigga. I'm fresher than him. I know I am. I know I'm cooler than Harvey Weinstein. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done shook this nigga down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's not the only one.
It's my little man. You know? I see what Charlie, you know, all these dudes, Charlie Watts and Lyor Cohen's. I'm like, this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Y'all scared of him? It's my little man. So
the big homie has spoken.
That's the reason.
So for me, I'll be like, yo, any industry, like now I'm in TV, I'm like, Lauren from fucking Wheat TV, fucking Tara Long.
So
how could they be fucking telling the cool nigga what to do?
Was your show? The grown up hip.
I was an executive producer.
Executive producing it.
Yeah, but it's all, you know, it was.
Because your son was involved with the show.
My son, and then my daughter, you know, my family. I did it only to get my son on, and it really fucked his life up to me, you know, and they did it intentionally. So fuck them.
Oh, okay. So
I got a lawsuit. There's money on your head, and I'm gonna embarrass you. Remember that. I'm gonna call your name out, and all your kids' friends are gonna know I'm coming at you for the right reasons. I see. That's the thing that makes me the unicorn. You name another cat besides me that before the revolution or even after that actually calls out white people's name. Name one. I'll wait.
Nah, David. Nah, you've been fighting for the.
Nah. I said name somebody else that does that.
In entertainment or just in general?
I mean, whatever, man.
Our generation?
Any generation, but yeah.
So when you call out Lyor Cohen of the world, is that out of built up frustration?
I didn't build up. I've been calling him out. I had to build up. I've been calling him out since the day I met him. I've been screaming on Lyor publicly for days.
So you never respected him, just off the rip?
No.
Just off the rip?
Never.
Off the rip. All right.
Your man respected him. I never knew why.
Jay-Z?
I mean your man.
So I got a question, because we was fans of like just that whole culture, just music. That's how we grew up on music. So like, you know, that President's video with you, Big, Jay, AZ, like.
You want to hear a funny story about that video?
I do.
I told it to Dennis today, actually. So you know, after a lot of bullshit, we got cool with Biggie, and he came to the video. It was our first time hanging out, and you know, I got into a drinking contest with him, and you know, he was, you know, a lot heavier than me, and I ended up playing myself, getting too drunk and not remembering, and I woke up the next day, and like, you know, it was actually the only time I ever seen Jay really mad at me. He was like, "Yo, you was no good." I was like, "What you talking about?" So I called Biggs. He was like, "Man, you was drunk. He was holding this nigga chain. You jumped in his car." I was like, "What?"
In Big's car?
No, in Biggie's car.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Big's car.
Yeah,
Biggie Smalls. Yeah.
I guess he wasn't driving, but whatever. I don't remember. So, you know,
Every crew got one.
Yeah, happened. So that night, me and Biggs went down to Daddy's house and was, you know, like, "Look, I was drunk. Don't take that." And then we hired them to perform, because the thing was we were gonna have Biggie headline so that Jay could open for him. So that was the business we handled that day. But then every day after that I saw Biggie was on, and we would have drinking contests. So, you know, the you know, when he would like Stink Mink Gators.
Yeah, my Detroit players.
Yeah, that was because we was at the Bobby Brown birthday, and he was supposed to perform with Puff, but me and him got into a drinking contest. But this time I was like, I'm gonna go throw up behind the curtain so I won't get too stupid. So I went threw up, made myself throw up on some anorexia, and what's that, anorexic shit with all the But this nigga ended up throwing up on his mink. So that's why they was calling it a Stink Mink after that. They called it Stink Mink Gators. That came from that story. But it's funny because I really, you know, Biggie was really my man.
So yeah, like I was like, did you really?
It's crazy.
Did you understand that moment? Because y'all was young. I don't know how old you.
Hell
21.
Yeah.
Like,
I knew that moment.
Yeah,
That's
y'all
why
knew the magnitude of it.
Yeah,
you understood it.
I mean,
nigga, you could have never told me I'm not Dame Dash, and I wasn't gonna be Dame Dash. I knew everything I was doing was historic. You couldn't have told me. And even now, it's not a second I come outside that I don't think I'm making history, nigga. We making history right now.
sorry.
You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm a history maker, so that's why I document everything, because I look cool every day.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Looking cool every day is important.
Gotta keep you fresh up at all times.
Just, you know,
Mandatory.
right
Nah, it's
Yeah, keep
Be a rock star all the time.
your shoes clean, keep your nails clean. It's funny
Be a
because
rock star. Like, just be right.
we watched you in those times, and it was like, yo, you seem like the happiest guy on earth.
I was the happiest, and I still am.
And that's what I'm saying. And now it's like people look at you and it's like, oh, Dame he has an attitude problem. He's hard to work with. And it's like, nah, you're actually the happiest.
What do you expect a slave to say?
You,
You
I was
expect
getting
a
there.
soldier to know what a general's happiness is? You know, a soldier doesn't know what a win feels like unless the general's winning. A slave doesn't ever know what the win is. They think the win is a good meal. You know?
That's a fact.
I have no expectation of a slave understanding my happiness, and I don't give a fuck. Keep thinking, really thinking about how I feel is the wrong thing. Think about how you feel. If you're taking pills for depression, don't think about me.
Word of advice.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.